For my ceremonial speech, I chose to praise my dad. He is a very hardworking man. He was one of those people that didn't get handed things in life. He still doesn't. He's a hardworking man. He didn't start from much, but he worked his way to be a successful businessman. He works at Lockheed Martin. That's a big corporation. They have a lot of different plants and stuff that they make missiles and fire control for our military and the government. He put himself through college before my sister was born. He was working for a place called GE. It's not the appliance thing, it's something different, but they closed down. He wasn't making very much money, and when he chose to apply for different jobs to get a promotion, they put him through the interview process, and they told him that he wasn't going to get hired because he didn't have a degree. He must have gotten turned down numerous times. He finally decided and told my mom that was enough for him. He was going back to college, so while he was working a full-time job, he would go to school at night. And then my sister was born, so that also added to that stress. So that was really interesting. He never fails to learn something new. That's something that I really do praise for my dad. He is he's a super hardworking man. If something needs to get fixed around the house, he's like, okay, what do you need to get done? How do you do it? Teach me if I don't know. My grandfather is only 15 minutes away. He never fails to come over and help us, which is very nice. And my dad learned something new. His family didn't come from much. They barely had anything. We're not from here. We're from New Jersey, and he's from Pennsylvania, so that's very nice. I like it down here though, so that's good. They also they had 5 kids. They lived in a little apartment. My grandmother, she was a waitress, and my grandpa was a plumber. They really don't make that much money, but they seem to be happy and make ends meet. So, yeah. Working hard gets results. I mean, how that's something that he's taught me very well, not just in school, not in life, but with sports and work. He's taught me that even when people knock you back, like knock you down, you have to come back, and it's how you get up. And you tell him he's a very motivated person. If you are willing to put in the time, then things will get better. They always say that if you're willing to put in the time, everything gets better. I mean, so far it's worked for me. It seems to work for him, so that's good. Dedication is key. He said that if he wasn't dedicated to finish school, that he wouldn't have a good job. I mean, it's pretty, yeah. He never had a college fund. That's very hard for me. I was lucky because we're doing well here, and he has a good job. So he said that my sister and I were going to college. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's what he said. And he said, you're going to college, you're getting a degree, because you can't go anywhere without a college degree, which I'm learning now that I have a job. You can't really make much and want the life that you want without having a degree. Like I said, he worked a full-time job. He had class at night. My grandfather that lives here, he worked as a truck driver. So I think it was after my sister was born, and I think my mom was pregnant with me. My dad would work a full-time job. This was after he got his degree. Worked a full-time job, and he would drive my grandfather's truck at night. So he would do his full-time job. He would come home, eat, talk to my mom for a few, go to sleep, wake up at 3 in the morning, and then he would go to work. And one of the truck drivers would rate, he told me he would race him, and he got mad that my dad was always first. So the man asked him, he said, why are you always first? And my dad said, this is not for my choice to have this job. It's a diaper and food run for my kids. So ever since he said that, the guy backed off on him and let him do whatever he needed to do. Let's see what else. He's always willing to be the best person he can be. I mean, my parents I praise them every chance I can, because they are honestly the best parents I ever had. I ever will have. I mean, they're just amazing. They're very they're dedicated to their job. I praise my mom every day. She's a hardworking woman. I'm so blessed to have them as parents. He's constantly learning new things and teaching us, my sister and I, how to do things, to do work. I remember when the lawnmower broke and he needed to change the belt in the lawnmower, and he asked me, he's like, "Hey, do you want to help me? And do you want to learn something new?" And I said, "Of course I do. I mean, maybe it'll help me when I move out." Well, I'll never forget this, because him and I replaced the belt in the thing in the lawnmower, and he was very impressed by me, and I don't know why, because it wasn't that bad. But like I said, my dad is my role model. He never backs down from the stuff that he wants. He's very dedicated, and he's a trusting person. He never fails to tell me how proud he is of me, which is very nice. So he can always praise me. It's great. I don't know. He's my idol because he's a very strong individual and he's very successful. So thanks for listening.